Good evening, everyone. This is Joe Vodvarka for JSV Traffic. I just want to update everyone on the situation here we have going on in the Schuylkill Expressway. It's a pretty significant situation. What has happened today is we have a lot of heat out there. We got near 100 degrees. We got 97 degrees in Philadelphia. Got a lot of heat, a lot of humidity, and that's not good for the roadways. A lot of times what will happen, this will cause the roadways to sometimes crack. Sometimes you get cracks in the roadways, and we had that happen today on I-76 in the area of Gray's Ferry. So inbound I-76, we only have one lane open. PennDOT is working very hard to try and fix this so they can get all lanes open. I have received word that they have put down a solution mixture that they're putting over it. It's not a fix, it's only a temporary fix. They're going to try and get the second lane of travel open within the next hour or so to half hour. The problem is we have a lot of volume left behind that has to clear out. So it is going to be a long time before they get this cleared up, because, I mean, this happened right in the middle of rush hour. And not only that, we got a sold-out Phillies game, and there's a sold-out concert at the Wells Fargo Center. So because of all this, we got everyone trying to get in past Center City into the stadium area. Then you got other people that are trying to get downtown, people trying to get all over the place. As you can see on the cameras here, outbound, not doing too bad. Inbound on the right-hand side there, it is just a complete parking lot. We're going to take a tour of the entire length of I-76. Here we are at 30th Street, still jammed up. Here we are, just past the Vine Street Expressway. We're barely even moving at this area. We're going to go back to around Spring Garden now. You can see inbound. And now look at this. This just popped up. It looks like we have a disabled PennDOT truck or disabled vehicle of some type here right at Spring Garden on the inbound side. So that's only going to add to the delay. I can't see how this can get any worse because the entire inbound side of I-76 is completely jammed up now. And now it looks like just west of Spring Garden, we have two SEPTA buses on the side. It is blocking the right lane of travel. Possibly could be a collision. We're not sure exactly what happened here. Let's watch this for a second. Looks like something happened here. I do see a little bit of smoke on the roadway. Not good. That is adding to the roadway, so we now have 3 incidents on I-76. Lord help me if I find another one coming inbound, because all these things are just popping up now. I mean, people are just sitting there, and possibly a lot of vehicles may be starting to overheat from sitting in the hot weather outside, and then you're not moving much, so yeah, you're probably going to see some disabled vehicles from time to time on the side of the roadway. This is a very bad situation right now. A lot of you do not want to be sitting out in the heat, but you have no other decision. This is affecting thousands of people. On the Schuylkill Expressway, on an average day, both directions, we get over 300,000 cars and trucks and buses a day. And the fact this happened right in the middle of rush hour, I mean, just inbound alone during rush hour, we get about 12 to 15,000 cars just from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. 12 to 15,000 cars use the Schuylkill Expressway. That is a lot of people, and it's a big inconvenience. As you can see here, Montgomery Drive, you get 4 lanes in this area. Problem is, the right lane's just to get off, and a lot of people are trying to get off. A lot of people are trying to get on. Now let's continue back. Let's take a look around the Roosevelt Expressway. Here's just before. You can see a perfect example. Look at all the cars just trying to get on I-76. It's just not happening. It's just barely moving. Yeah, you can get on, but it's going to take some time. So here's the main deal. If you're traveling on I-76 inbound, coming from, say you just got off the Pennsylvania Turnpike and you're getting on to I-76, as soon as you get off the Turnpike, you are going to be hitting the brakes and you're going to be riding them all the way in. I'm going to say allow at least 1 hour to an hour and a half to get into the city on I-76. Also, additionally, because of the delays on I-76, we had delays on 202 to to get on to I-76. That has been a 1 mile delay. Let's go take a look at that right now. We're going to move up to that, and you will see there's the blue route. We'll get to that next after we get to 202. As you can see, we still do have somewhat of a delay to get on to 202. It's moving now, but just past this bridge it is still slow. It was a 1 mile delay. It has cleared now. That's the main thing, because there's not as many people trying to get into town, because obviously they've left already. If you haven't left now, forget it. Don't even bother going down to the events downtown. Right here you can see we have a disabled vehicle on the side of the roadway, not really causing much of a delay. Police are on the scene, so use caution when traveling in that area. Now let's get to the blue route. We have had huge delays on the blue route this afternoon. They have gotten somewhat better. Here's the blue route at Front Street. See, it's moving along nicely now. Here's the blue route. Southbound is on the left-hand side. We have had big delays on the southbound side, generally from the blue route all the way down to I-95. It has kind of dissipated some. It's still jammed, but you're only jammed down to about Media now. That is the good thing. Here it is again at Conestoga Road. It is moving very slowly southbound, much better than it was moving earlier. We have lost the rush hour volumes. Now this is just leftover volumes that just has to clear out. Some people are still trying to get to the game. Northbound has completely cleared out, as you can see there. Northbound was also backing up big time because of I-76. Here we are again in the Bryn Mawr area. Now we're starting to come closer to Media. It's still, I'm going to still say, coming from I-76 through to 95, allow about a half hour just to get down there. And here we are around Westchester Pike. As you can see, it is still, in this section, it is still jammed to get down towards I-95. We're continuing our tour of the blue route. As you can see here, northbound, look at this, northbound side, not much volume. Northbound cleared out real nicely now, which is a good thing. Not going to do you any good if you're trying to avoid I-76, but northbound's moving nicely, and we always like to tell you good news. Now we're here, we're past the merge, we're in the 2-lane section of the blue route, where it's only 2 lanes in each direction. You can see it's starting to pick up speed around Reed Road. Now we're going down at Reed Road, and you can see it's really starting to pick up speed here. We're going to continue down to around 320. 320 here. It starts to jam up again because you have a lot of volume coming on at 320. But eventually it does ease up again. It has been trying to ease up. As you can see here around Beatty Road, it is moving nicely southbound. Yes, it's very crowded, but it's not like it was before. Before it was just a solid parking lot. Here around Baltimore Pike, it's moving nicely. Northbound, there is a bit more volume in this area. Nothing big to talk about. It's not like it was before. Here we are. This is around the SEPTA overpass, if you know where I'm talking about. You can see here it's moving real nicely. And we're going to continue down. Now we're going to look at 95. Here we are, the blue route approaching I-95. You can see it's moving along nicely. I-95 in this location moving along real nicely as well. However, on 95, we have some pretty significant delays. We're going to start off at the southern end of the delay, down around the stadium area. First of all, let's talk about northbound. Northbound on I-95, not bad at the International Airport, but once you get past the International Airport, it is jammed up through to, from approaching Island Avenue, over the Gerard Point double-decker bridge, through to the stadium area. This is about a 4-mile delay due to volume, due to all the events we have going on at the stadium area. We have a sold-out stadium area tonight. Thank goodness it's not football season, or else we'd have an even bigger mess. Now on I-95 southbound, we have big delays, starting back at Wolf Street. And it appears now we do now have an accident in the left lane traveling northbound. Luckily, it's not causing any delays. It is adding to the southbound delay. It's adding to the Gaper delay. So because of that, traffic southbound is just completely jammed, as you can see here at Tasker Street, right on through to the stadium area. And let's take a look at one camera north of this, because I have a hunch it might be actually trying to grow a little bit. Let's take a look at Columbus Boulevard. Yeah, it's now backed up to Columbus Boulevard. As you can see here, PennDOT's being nice and friendly. They're putting the travel times up on the electronic messaging boards. Let's go back to Penn's Landing just to see if it's backlogged anymore. No, it has not. Northbound has cleared out real nicely. We had delays on the northbound side earlier from Penn's Landing up through to the Vine Street Expressway. That has now cleared out. But southbound, we do have big delays starting back around Street Road, just south of Street Road, we're going to call it, through to the area of Pennypack. As you can see, southbound, it is moving slowly here. Not as bad as it is just north of this area, and we're going to show you here. Here it is around the Amtrak bridge. It is moving pretty slow. Southbound, northbound, it's looking great. The evening rush hour volumes on the northbound side have really cleared out. Here we are around Academy Road. You can see this is a classic area for picking up volume. Calorie mode, it's moving slowly. But where the biggest problem is right now is right around Woodhaven Road. I advise if you're traveling I-95 southbound from Woodhaven Road through to the stadium area, you're going to want to allow about 40 minutes. Yes, that would get you to the game late, but it's about as long as it's going to take right now. It is slowly starting to get better. So as you can see here, I-95 at Woodhaven Road, it has cleared out some, but as soon as you approach Woodhaven Road, you are going to come to a slow down for about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then you gradually pick up speed, and you're good to go until you get through to those delays near South Philly. So there are no longer delays approaching Street Road. The delay is now approaching Woodhaven Road. There are delays, as you can see, on Woodhaven Road approaching I-95. That as well, I would assume, is starting to get better now. Now let's go back to Center City real quickly, as we still do have delays on the Vine Street Expressway approaching I-76 due to delays on I-76. These are some pretty significant delays right now, or were. Let's see if they still are. Going northbound or outbound on I-76 from the Vine Street Expressway, you're looking fine. But here's the problem. We have delays traveling westbound on 676, traveling from the Ben Franklin Parkway through to I-76 due to delays on I-76. Here they are right here approaching 20th Street. It is completely jammed because what we have here on the eastbound side, a lot of people are getting off I-76 at the Vine and are getting onto I-95. So right now I'm going to call it that the Vine Street Expressway is jammed approximately from I-76 through to about Broad. Once you get to Broad, then it starts to ease up a little bit as you approach I-95, and it's really moving along quite nicely. That is all I have right now. I will continue to update you throughout the entire evening on this mess on I-76. We're just waiting now. It's going to open anytime within the next hour or so. At least that's what PennDOT's telling me. Until then, pack the patience. If all possible, avoid I-76. Try and use some of the drives. Try and use the blue route or use I-95. Whatever way you can use just to get around it, because right now it's going to take a very long time for this delay to clear out. Have a great evening. I'm Joe Vodvarka, JSV Traffic.